While most entrepreneurs spend years developing sophisticated business plans and market research, there's a special breed of successful business owners who prove that sometimes the dumbest ideas make the most money. These people built million-dollar empires from concepts so ridiculous that any reasonable person would have talked them out of it. 1. One entrepreneur made millions selling pet rocks with personality profiles and care instructions. He packaged ordinary rocks from his backyard with detailed biographies, feeding schedules, and training manuals, marketing them as the perfect pet that never dies, never needs walking, and comes pre-house trained. Each rock came with a certificate of authenticity and a detailed care guide explaining how to properly bond with your mineral companion. Customers paid $29 to $195 for rocks that cost him nothing to collect, and his pet rock empire generated $3.2 million in sales over 2 years from people who wanted the responsibility of pet ownership without any actual responsibility. His business succeeded because people loved the absurdity and bought them as gag gifts, proving that sometimes the most pointless products fill the most important market need for humor. 2. A woman created a successful business selling bottled air from different locations around the world, marketing each bottle as containing authentic atmospheric experiences from famous destinations. Her product line included mountain air from Colorado, ocean breeze from Hawaii, and city atmosphere from Paris, with each bottle containing exactly the same regular air, but labeled with exotic location names and detailed descriptions of the unique atmospheric properties customers were purchasing. She charged $50 per bottle depending on the exclusivity of the location, and her atmospheric import business generated $800,000 annually from customers who wanted to own pieces of places they'd visited or dreamed of visiting. Her success came from people buying the bottles as souvenirs and novelty gifts, creating a market for literally selling nothing but marketing it as something exotic and meaningful. 3. One guy built a $1 million company renting chickens to suburban families who wanted to try before they buy backyard farming, without long-term commitment to poultry ownership. His rent-a-chicken service provided everything needed for temporary chicken ownership, including the birds, coop, feed, and detailed care instructions, with rental periods ranging from weekend trials to full summer experiences. Customers paid $200 per month, plus a security deposit for the privilege of borrowing chickens, and his poultry rental empire generated $1.4 million annually from families who wanted to experience farm life without permanent responsibilities, or neighbors who wanted fresh eggs without permanent birds. His business succeeded because it solved the problem of people wanting farm experiences, but being afraid to commit to animal ownership, creating a market for agricultural test drives. 4. An entrepreneur made millions creating a subscription service that delivered random objects from his garage to paying customers who never knew what they would receive in their monthly mystery boxes. His Garage Surprise service sent subscribers completely random items like broken appliances, old magazines, expired coupons, and household junk he found while cleaning, with no theme or purpose beyond the excitement of receiving unexpected packages. Customers paid $25 monthly for boxes containing items worth approximately $3, and his junk distribution business generated $2.1 million annually from people who enjoyed the surprise element more than the actual value of products they received. His success proved that people would pay premium prices for mystery and anticipation, even when the actual contents were worthless garbage presented as curated surprises. 5. One woman built a successful business, teaching people how to communicate with their houseplants through botanical interpretation and plant psychology sessions. Her plant whispering service included individual consultations where she claimed to translate messages from houseplants to their owners, providing relationship counseling between humans and their foliage, along with recommendations for improving plant-human relationships through better communication techniques. She charged $150 per session plus travel fees, and her plant communication business generated $600,000 annually from plant owners who believed their ferns had emotional needs and wanted professional help understanding their botanical companions. Her business succeeded because people desperately wanted to believe they could have meaningful relationships with their plants, creating a market for interspecies communication services that provided emotional satisfaction regardless of scientific validity. 6. An entrepreneur created a $1 million company selling naming rights to individual blades of grass in his backyard, offering customers the opportunity to own specific pieces of lawn with official certificates and GPS coordinates. His grass ownership program allowed people to purchase naming rights to individual grass blades for $10 each, with each blade receiving a unique identification number and certificate of ownership that customers could frame and display as proof of their miniature real estate investment. He sold over 100,000 blade naming rights, generating $1 million from his half-acre yard, while customers received nothing but certificates and the satisfaction of owning microscopic pieces of lawn they would never see again. His success came from people wanting to own something unique and ridiculous that they could give as absurd gifts or keep as conversation pieces. 7. One guy built a profitable business, creating custom excuses for people who needed professional-sounding reasons to avoid social obligations, work responsibilities, and family events they didn't want to attend. His excuse factory provided detailed, believable excuses, complete with supporting documentation, fake emergency scenarios, and follow-up stories that customers could use to escape unwanted commitments without hurting anyone's feelings or damaging relationships. Customers paid $50 to $200 per excuse depending on complexity and required documentation, and his professional avoidance business generated $750,000 annually from people who valued creative dishonesty over direct communication. His business succeeded because many people desperately needed help avoiding social situations but lacked the creativity or confidence to invent convincing excuses themselves. 8. A woman made millions selling invisible art that existed only in customers' imaginations, providing detailed descriptions and certificates of authenticity for artworks that were completely non-existent but supposedly visible to people with sophisticated artistic sensibilities. Her conceptual art gallery sold invisible sculptures, paintings, and installations with prices ranging from $500 to $50,000, with each purchase including elaborate documentation explaining the invisible artwork's meaning, historical significance, and proper display requirements for optimal viewing of non-existent masterpieces. Her invisible art business generated $1.8 million from collectors who either believed they were purchasing cutting-edge conceptual art or enjoyed the absurdity of owning nothing while pretending it was sophisticated cultural investment. Her success proved that art markets could be based entirely on imagination and pretension rather than actual objects. 9. One entrepreneur created a successful service, teaching people how to professionally procrastinate, offering courses and coaching on strategic delay techniques and productive avoidance methods that supposedly improved creativity and decision-making through systematic postponement of important tasks. His Procrastination Academy provided detailed curricula on advanced delaying tactics, optimal distraction strategies, and the psychological benefits of deadline pressure, charging $300, $500 for workshops that taught people skills they already possessed naturally. His procrastination education business generated $650,000 annually from people who wanted to feel better about their inability to complete tasks on time by reframing procrastination as a sophisticated productivity strategy. His business succeeded because people preferred paying for validation of their existing bad habits rather than actually changing their behavior patterns. 10. A guy built a $1 million company renting dirt to people who needed authentic soil experiences without the commitment of owning land or maintaining gardens. His soil rental service provided customers with boxes of dirt for specified time periods, allowing them to experience the satisfaction of owning earth without permanent responsibilities for cultivation, maintenance, or property taxes that came with actual land ownership. Customers paid $30, $100 per month depending on dirt quality and quantity, and his earth rental business generated $900,000 annually from urban dwellers who missed having access to actual soil and wanted temporary connections to agricultural experiences. His success came from people in apartments and urban areas who craved tactile connections to nature but couldn't commit to actual gardening or land ownership. 11. One woman made millions creating a subscription service that delivered personalized rejection letters to customers who wanted to experience disappointment without actually applying for jobs, relationships, or opportunities that might result in real rejection experiences. Her professional rejection service sent monthly personalized rejection letters for fictional applications, complete with specific feedback about why customers weren't selected for imaginary positions and encouraging language about future opportunities that would never exist. Customers paid $25 monthly for customized rejection experiences, and her disappointment delivery business generated $1 million annually from people who wanted to build resilience to rejection without risking actual failure or putting themselves in situations where real rejection might occur. Her business succeeded because people preferred controlled disappointment over authentic vulnerability. 12. An entrepreneur built a successful business selling premium air bubbles in fancy packaging, marketing each bubble as containing artisanal atmospheric experiences, created through proprietary bubble crafting techniques that supposedly enhance the quality and longevity of air-based entertainment experiences. His luxury bubble company sold individual bubbles in elegant gift boxes for $15.75 each, with different bubble sizes commanding different prices based on their atmospheric complexity and aerodynamic sophistication that customers could enjoy for the few seconds before bubbles naturally burst. His bubble boutique generated $580,000 annually from customers who bought luxury bubbles as gifts, art pieces, or stress relief tools, proving that even the most temporary products could command premium prices through sophisticated marketing and elegant presentation. His success came from people wanting to purchase moments of joy and childhood nostalgia packaged as luxury goods. 13. One guy created $1 million company teaching people how to professionally complain, offering courses on strategic dissatisfaction expression and constructive criticism techniques that supposedly improved customer service experiences through more effective complaint strategies and advanced disappointment communication methods. His Complaint Academy provided detailed training on optimal complaining techniques, escalation strategies, and psychological approaches to expressing dissatisfaction in ways that generated better responses from businesses and service providers. Customers paid $200, $400 for workshops, and his professional complaining business generated $720,000 annually from people who wanted to improve their ability to get better service through more sophisticated complaining techniques. His business succeeded because people experienced frustration with customer service, but lacked confidence in their ability to effectively express dissatisfaction and achieve desired outcomes. 14. A woman built a profitable business, creating fake waiting lists for products that didn't exist, selling customers the opportunity to be first in line for revolutionary items that were supposedly in development but would never actually be manufactured or delivered to anyone waiting in fictional queues. Her exclusive waiting list service charged people $50, $200 to reserve spots in line for imaginary products like time machines, teleportation devices, and personal flying cars, providing regular updates about development progress and estimated availability dates that were constantly postponed. Her waiting list business generated $850,000 annually from people who enjoyed the anticipation and exclusivity of being early adopters for revolutionary technology, even when the technology would never exist. Her success proved that people would pay for hope and anticipation even when delivery was impossible. 15. One entrepreneur made millions selling personalized gravity services, claiming to adjust gravitational forces around individual customers through proprietary physics techniques that supposedly optimized personal gravitational experiences for improved comfort, productivity, and overall life satisfaction through customized atmospheric pressure management. His custom gravity company charged $500, $1,500 for gravitational consultations that involved elaborate measurements and adjustments that had no actual effect on gravitational forces, but made customers feel like they were receiving sophisticated scientific services tailored to their specific needs. His gravity customization business generated $1.4 million annually from people who wanted to believe they could optimize their physical environment through advanced scientific intervention, even when the service was completely fictional. His success came from people's desire to feel special and scientifically optimized. 16. A guy built a successful company, renting personality traits to people who wanted to temporarily experience different characteristics without permanently changing their fundamental identity or undergoing actual personal development that might require sustained effort and behavioral modification over extended periods. His personality rental service provided customers with detailed instructions for temporarily adopting traits like confidence, creativity, or charisma through acting techniques, costume changes, and behavioral scripts that supposedly allowed authentic expression of borrowed characteristics. Customers paid $100, $300 per trait rental, and his personality business generated $680,000 annually from people who wanted to experiment with different aspects of themselves without commitment to permanent change. His business succeeded because people preferred temporary personality experiments over actual self-improvement work. 17. One woman created $1 million business selling authentic silence from quiet locations around the world, recording and packaging complete absence of sound from libraries, meditation centers, and remote natural areas where customers could purchase bottled quiet for their own noise-polluted environments. Her premium silence company sold recorded quiet in various formats, including CDs, digital downloads, and live streaming services, with different types of silence commanding different prices based on their acoustic purity and the prestigious locations where the silence was originally captured and professionally preserved. Her silence sales business generated $920,000 annually from people living in noisy urban environments who wanted to own pieces of authentic quiet they could access whenever they needed escape from sound pollution. Her success proved that people would pay for the absence of something just as readily as they would pay for actual products. 18. An entrepreneur built a profitable business creating professional horoscopes for pets, providing detailed astrological readings and personality analyses for dogs, cats, and other animals based on their birth dates and supposed celestial influences that shaped their behavioral patterns and future prospects. His pet astrology service included comprehensive zodiac charts, compatibility readings between pets and owners, and monthly forecasts predicting optimal times for pet activities like grooming, training, and socialization based on planetary alignments affecting animal consciousness. Pet owners paid $75,200 per reading, and his animal astrology business generated $640,000 annually from people who wanted deeper understanding of their pets' personalities and believed that cosmic forces influenced animal behavior just as they supposedly affected human destinies. His business succeeded because pet owners desperately wanted to understand their animals better and were willing to embrace any explanation that provided insight into pet psychology. 19. One guy made millions selling premium procrastination tools, including expensive planners designed to help people delay tasks more efficiently, luxury calendars for scheduling procrastination sessions, and sophisticated time management systems specifically created for people who wanted to postpone important work while feeling productive about their avoidance strategies. His procrastination productivity company sold elaborate organizational systems that helped customers plan and optimize their delaying tactics, charging $200 to $500 for planning tools that facilitated avoiding work rather than completing it. His productive procrastination business generated $1.1 million annually from people who preferred spending money on sophisticated avoidance tools rather than actually addressing their time management problems through conventional productivity methods. His success came from people wanting to feel organized and purposeful about their procrastination, rather than simply admitting they avoided work. 20. A woman built a successful business creating fake family histories for people who wanted more interesting ancestry stories than their actual genealogy provided, offering professionally researched fictional family trees complete with exciting ancestors, historical connections, and dramatic family legends that were more entertaining than customers' real heritage. Her heritage enhancement service provided detailed documentation of invented family histories, including fake historical records, fabricated ancestral achievements, and creative family stories that customers could share at social gatherings without revealing they had purchased fictional ancestry. Customers paid $500 to $2,000 for custom family histories, and her genealogy fiction business generated $780,000 annually from people who wanted more impressive family stories than their actual ancestors provided. Her business succeeded because people preferred interesting fictional heritage over boring, authentic family history. 21. One entrepreneur created $1 million company selling artisanal water that was identical to tap water, but presented in elegant packaging with sophisticated marketing, describing the unique molecular properties and enhanced hydration characteristics that supposedly made premium water superior to regular water for health, wellness, and lifestyle optimization purposes. His luxury water company charged $8.25 per bottle for tap water in fancy containers, with different price points based on packaging elegance and marketing sophistication, rather than any actual differences in water quality or composition. His premium water business generated $1.6 million annually from customers who believed expensive water was healthier and more sophisticated than free alternatives, proving that presentation and marketing could transform worthless commodities into luxury products. His success came from people wanting to feel sophisticated about basic necessities like hydration. 22. A guy built a profitable business renting imaginary friends to adults who wanted companionship without the complications of real relationships, providing customers with detailed profiles and regular communication from fictional companions who offered emotional support and social interaction without actual human involvement or relationship maintenance requirements. His imaginary friend rental service included personalized character development, scheduled interactions, and ongoing relationship management with fictional companions who were perfectly designed to meet customers' emotional needs without requiring reciprocal investment or real social skills. Customers paid $200–500 monthly for imaginary relationships, and his fictional friendship business generated $920,000 annually from people who preferred controlled social experiences over authentic human connections. His business succeeded because people wanted companionship but feared the vulnerability and unpredictability of real relationships. 23. One woman made millions selling professional awkwardness services, teaching people how to strategically use social discomfort as a networking tool and conversation strategy that supposedly created memorable interactions and deeper connections through intentionally uncomfortable social techniques. Her Awkwardness Academy provided training on optimal awkward timing, strategic social discomfort creation, and advanced techniques for turning embarrassing moments into professional advantages through sophisticated social manipulation methods. Customers paid $300 to $600 for awkwardness workshops, and her social discomfort business generated $710,000 annually from people who wanted to turn their natural social anxiety into a professional asset rather than working to become more socially comfortable. Her business succeeded because people preferred weaponizing their existing social problems rather than actually improving their social skills. 24. An entrepreneur built a successful company, creating custom disappointments for people who wanted to experience controlled letdowns without risking actual failure in important areas of their lives, offering professionally designed disappointment experiences that provided emotional resilience training through manufactured setbacks. His disappointment design service created personalized scenarios where customers could experience rejection, failure, and disappointment in safe environments that built emotional strength without risking real consequences or actual damage to their careers, relationships, or self-esteem. Customers paid $150–400 per disappointment experience, and his controlled failure business generated $580,000 annually from people who wanted to build resilience through practice disappointments rather than learning from authentic life experiences. His business succeeded because people preferred scheduled disappointments over unpredictable real-world failures. 25. One guy created a $1 million business selling instant expertise certifications that provided customers with official-looking credentials in subjects they knew nothing about, offering impressive certificates that made people appear knowledgeable without requiring actual learning, study, or competence development in their chosen fields. His Expertise Express company sold certificates in hundreds of subjects ranging from advanced quantum physics to ancient philosophy, with each certificate including sophisticated documentation and professional presentation that made customers appear qualified for discussions about topics they'd never studied. Customers paid $100–500 per certificate, and his instant credibility business generated $1.3 million annually from people who wanted to seem smart and educated without investing time in actual learning. His business succeeded because people preferred appearing knowledgeable over actually becoming knowledgeable. 26. A woman built a profitable business, renting self-confidence to people who needed temporary assurance for specific situations like job interviews, dates, or public speaking engagements, providing customers with detailed confidence scripts, posture coaching, and psychological techniques for borrowed self-assurance that lasted through important events. Her confidence rental service included pre-event coaching sessions, confidence-building exercises, and follow-up support to help customers maintain borrowed assurance through challenging situations without developing authentic self-confidence through personal growth work. Customers paid $200 at $600 per confidence rental, and her temporary assurance business generated $750,000 annually from people who preferred renting confidence for specific events, rather than building genuine self-esteem through sustained personal development. Her business succeeded because people wanted quick confidence solutions rather than doing the psychological work required for authentic self-assurance. 27. One entrepreneur made millions creating a subscription service that delivered random compliments from strangers, providing customers with personalized praise and encouragement from people they'd never met who were paid to say nice things without any authentic basis for their positive comments. His compliment delivery service sent daily affirmations, weekly encouragement packages, and monthly validation bundles from fictional admirers who supposedly noticed customers' wonderful qualities and wanted to share their appreciation anonymously. Customers paid $2,500 monthly for manufactured praise, and his artificial validation business generated $980,000 annually from people who craved positive feedback but couldn't generate it through real achievements or authentic relationships. His business succeeded because people desperately wanted validation and were willing to pay for artificial praise when genuine compliments weren't available. 28. A guy built a successful company selling premium boredom experiences, creating elaborate activities designed to be perfectly, professionally boring in ways that supposedly provided mental rest, creative restoration, and psychological benefits through carefully crafted tedium that was more sophisticated than ordinary boredom. His curated boredom company offered watching paint dry seminars, grass-growing observation sessions, and advanced sitting-in-chairs workshops where customers paid to experience high-quality boredom under professional supervision with other people who also paid for structured tedium. Customers paid $50 or $200 per boredom session, and his professional tedium business generated $420,000 annually from people who wanted to experience boredom as a luxury service, rather than just being bored naturally. His business succeeded because people preferred paying for intentional boredom over experiencing accidental tedium. 29. One woman created $1 million business teaching people how to professionally fail at things, offering courses on a strategic incompetence and optimal failure techniques that supposedly provided psychological benefits and creative advantages through systematic underachievement and sophisticated failure strategies. Her Failure Academy provided training on advanced failing methods, optimal disappointment timing, and psychological techniques for turning incompetence into a lifestyle choice that customers could embrace rather than trying to succeed at challenging activities. Customers paid $250 or $500 for failure workshops, and her professional incompetence business generated $680,000 annually from people who wanted to feel better about their inability to succeed by reframing failure as a deliberate strategy rather than personal inadequacy. Her business succeeded because people preferred intentional failure over accidental incompetence. 30. An entrepreneur built a profitable business selling authentic confusion services, creating experiences designed to professionally confuse customers in ways that supposedly enhanced creativity, problem-solving abilities, and cognitive flexibility through carefully designed bewilderment and strategic mental disorientation techniques. His confusion creation company offered workshops in advanced confusion appreciation, optimal bewilderment strategies, and professional techniques for embracing mental disorientation as a tool for personal growth and enhanced thinking capabilities. Customers paid $150, $350 for confusion experiences, and his professional bewilderment business generated $520,000 annually from people who wanted to feel sophisticated about being confused rather than simply admitting they didn't understand things. His business succeeded because people preferred intentional confusion over accidental ignorance. 31. One guy made millions selling personalized weather services, claiming to create custom weather experiences for individual customers through proprietary atmospheric manipulation techniques that supposedly allowed people to have perfect weather in their immediate vicinity, regardless of regional climate conditions. His custom weather company charged customers $300 or $800 for personalized weather consultations that involved elaborate measurements and atmospheric adjustments that had no actual effect on weather patterns, but made customers feel like they were receiving sophisticated meteorological services. His weather customization business generated $1.1 million annually from people who wanted to believe they could control their personal weather experiences through advanced atmospheric science, even when the service provided no actual weather modification. His success came from people's desire to feel special and environmentally optimized. 32. A woman built a successful business, creating professional regrets for people who wanted to experience sophisticated remorse without having made actual mistakes that warranted genuine regret, offering custom regret experiences complete with detailed backstories and emotional coaching for authentic regret expression. Her regret design service provided customers with personalized scenarios they could pretend to regret, including fictional past decisions, imaginary missed opportunities, and manufactured life choices that customers could discuss with friends and therapists without revealing they were experiencing artificial regret. Customers paid $450 per regret package, and her manufactured remorse business generated $630,000 annually from people who wanted to seem emotionally complex and experienced without having lived through actual regrettable situations. Her business succeeded because people preferred sophisticated artificial regret over admitting their lives were boring. 33. One entrepreneur created $1 million company selling instant traditions to families who wanted established customs without the time investment required to develop authentic traditions through years of repeated activities and meaningful experiences that naturally evolved into family traditions. His Tradition Express service provided families with complete tradition packages, including detailed instructions, necessary supplies, and historical backgrounds for customs they could immediately adopt and claim as long-standing family practices. Families paid $150, $600 per tradition package, and his instant heritage business generated $840,000 annually from people who wanted the comfort and identity that comes with family traditions without waiting years to develop authentic customs through shared experiences. His business succeeded because people preferred immediate tradition ownership over gradually developing meaningful family customs. 34. A guy built a profitable business, renting enthusiasm to people who needed temporary excitement for events, activities, or life situations where they couldn't generate authentic enthusiasm, but needed to appear genuinely excited for social or professional reasons. His enthusiasm rental service provided customers with detailed excitement scripts, energy coaching, and enthusiasm techniques that allowed them to borrow genuine-seeming excitement for specific situations without requiring actual interest or authentic enthusiasm for activities they found boring. Customers paid $100,400 per enthusiasm rental, and his temporary excitement business generated $590,000 annually from people who needed to appear enthusiastic but couldn't generate authentic excitement for things that didn't actually interest them. His business succeeded because people preferred renting enthusiasm over disappointing others with their authentic lack of excitement. 35. One woman made millions selling professional nostalgia services, creating custom memories of experiences that customers never actually had but wanted to remember fondly, providing detailed false memories complete with photographs, souvenirs, and story documentation from fictional past experiences. Her memory creation company specialized in manufacturing nostalgic memories of perfect childhoods, romantic relationships, and life experiences that were more satisfying than customers' actual histories, allowing them to have fond memories without having lived through positive experiences worth remembering. Customers paid $500, $1,500 for custom memory packages, and her artificial nostalgia business generated $1.2 million annually from people who preferred fictional happy memories over their authentic but disappointing life experiences. Her business succeeded because people wanted better memories than their actual lives had provided. 36. An entrepreneur built a successful company teaching people how to professionally overthink situations, offering courses on strategic analysis paralysis and optimal indecision techniques that supposedly provided psychological benefits and better decision-making through systematic overanalysis and sophisticated procrastination methods. His Overthinking Academy provided training on advanced analytical techniques, optimal worry strategies, and professional methods for turning simple decisions into complex psychological projects that could occupy customers' attention for weeks without requiring actual decision-making. Customers paid $450 for overthinking workshops, and his professional indecision business generated $710,000 annually from people who wanted to feel sophisticated about their inability to make simple decisions quickly. His business succeeded because people preferred strategic overthinking over admitting they had decision-making problems. 37. One guy created a $1 million business selling artisanal mistakes to people who wanted to own professionally crafted errors that were more sophisticated and aesthetically pleasing than the ordinary mistakes they made in their daily lives through regular incompetence and standard human fallibility. His curated error company sold beautiful mistakes including artistic typos, elegant mathematical errors, and sophisticated logical fallacies that customers could display as conversation pieces or use as examples of high-quality incompetence in their homes and offices. Customers paid $50, $300 per artisanal mistake, and his professional error business generated $820,000 annually from people who appreciated mistakes as art forms rather than simple failures. His business succeeded because people preferred intentional, sophisticated mistakes over their accidental, ordinary errors. 38. A woman built a profitable business, creating fake emergencies for people who needed legitimate excuses to leave social situations, work obligations, or family events without hurting feelings or damaging relationships through honest communication about their desire to avoid unwanted commitments. Her emergency creation service provided customers with realistic crisis scenarios, complete with supporting documentation, follow-up stories, and emergency contact information that allowed them to escape situations gracefully while maintaining their reputations and relationships. Customers paid $75, $250 per emergency, and her crisis manufacturing business generated $680,000 annually from people who preferred elaborate fictional emergencies over direct communication about their availability and interest levels. Her business succeeded because people wanted escape options without social confrontation. 39. One entrepreneur made millions selling premium nothing in luxury packaging, marketing empty boxes, blank notebooks, and hollow containers as sophisticated minimalist products that supposedly provided psychological benefits through the experience of owning professionally curated emptiness and high-quality absence of content. His luxury nothing company charged customers $100 or $500 for various forms of nothing, presented in elegant packaging with sophisticated marketing, describing the philosophical benefits of owning emptiness and the aesthetic value of professionally designed void experiences. His nothing sales business generated $1.4 million annually from customers who wanted to own sophisticated emptiness rather than ordinary nothing, proving that absence could be marketed as effectively as presence when presented with sufficient sophistication. His success came from people wanting to feel philosophical about owning nothing. 40. A guy built a successful company, renting opinions to people who needed temporary viewpoints for social situations where they were expected to have thoughts about topics they knew nothing about or cared nothing about, but needed to appear informed and engaged. His opinion rental service provided customers with detailed viewpoints, supporting arguments and conversational talking points about current events, cultural topics, and social issues that they could borrow for specific situations without developing authentic opinions through research or genuine interest. Customers paid $50 to $200 per opinion rental, and his temporary viewpoint business generated $570,000 annually from people who preferred borrowing opinions over forming genuine perspectives through learning and reflection. His business succeeded because people wanted to appear informed without investing time in actually becoming knowledgeable about important topics. 41. One woman created a $1 million business selling instant wisdom packages that provided customers with profound-sounding insights and philosophical observations they could share at social gatherings without having developed actual wisdom through life experience, reflection, or genuine understanding of complex human situations. Her Wisdom Express service offered collections of meaningful-sounding statements, philosophical observations, and insightful comments organized by topic and social situation, allowing customers to appear wise and thoughtful without having earned wisdom through authentic personal growth. Customers paid $150–400 per wisdom package, and her artificial insight business generated $890,000 annually from people who wanted to seem wise without doing the emotional and intellectual work required to develop genuine understanding. Her business succeeded because people preferred instant wisdom over gradual personal development. 42. An entrepreneur built a profitable business creating professional jealousy services for people who wanted to experience sophisticated envy without having friends or acquaintances whose lives were actually worth envying, providing custom jealousy experiences complete with fictional success stories and manufactured reasons for resentment. His jealousy design company created personalized scenarios that customers could pretend to be jealous about, including fake friend achievements, imaginary romantic relationships, and fictional career successes that provided the emotional experience of envy without requiring actual social comparisons. Customers paid $100 to $300 per jealousy experience, and his manufactured envy business generated $480,000 annually from people whose lives were so boring they had to pay for reasons to feel jealous. His business succeeded because people preferred artificial jealousy over admitting their lives lacked drama. 43. One guy made millions selling personalized gravity adjustments, claiming to optimize individual gravitational experiences through proprietary physics consultation that supposedly enhanced comfort, productivity, and life satisfaction through customized atmospheric pressure management and personal gravitational fine-tuning services. His gravity optimization company charged customers $1,200 for gravitational consultations that involved elaborate measurements and atmospheric adjustments that had no actual effect on gravitational forces but provided customers with the psychological satisfaction of believing they were receiving sophisticated scientific optimization services. His gravity consulting business generated $1.5 million annually from people who wanted to feel scientifically optimized even when the service was completely fictional. His success came from people's desire to believe they could optimize fundamental physical forces through professional consultation. 44. A woman built a successful business teaching people how to professionally waste time, offering courses on strategic time mismanagement and optimal procrastination techniques that supposedly provided creative benefits and psychological advantages through sophisticated approaches to avoiding productivity and embracing inefficiency as a lifestyle choice. Her time-wasting academy provided training on advanced procrastination methods, optimal distraction strategies, and professional techniques for turning time management problems into intentional lifestyle choices that customers could embrace rather than trying to become more efficient. Customers paid $250–500 for time-wasting workshops, and her professional inefficiency business generated $720,000 annually from people who wanted to feel sophisticated about their inability to use time effectively. Her business succeeded because people preferred intentional time wasting over accidental procrastination. 45. And finally, there's one entrepreneur who became a millionaire selling authentic failure insurance that provided customers with guaranteed failure experiences in low-stakes situations so they could practice dealing with disappointment without risking actual consequences in important areas of their lives. His failure insurance company offered customers professionally designed failure scenarios including fake job rejections, manufactured romantic disappointments, and controlled social embarrassments that provided the emotional experience of failure without actual negative consequences for their careers, relationships, or self-esteem. Customers paid $200–600 per failure experience, and his controlled disappointment business generated $950,000 annually from people who wanted to build resilience through practice failures rather than learning from authentic life disappointments. His business succeeded because people preferred scheduled failures over unpredictable real-world disappointments that might actually matter. Here's the truth about stupid business ideas. Sometimes the dumbest concepts succeed because they solve problems people didn't even know they had. These entrepreneurs turned ridiculous ideas into profitable empires by understanding that people will pay for almost anything if it's marketed correctly. The secret isn't having a smart business idea, it's finding people who want to buy whatever ridiculous thing you're selling. Subscribe if you want more proof that being ridiculous can be more profitable than being reasonable.